I've just arrived to an estate sale in Berlin, Connecticut, and I already see some interesting things on the driveway, and there's more in the house, so this should be a good stop. This is such a cute plant stand. This is only $5. That could be really cute in the right spot. And there's this really nice vintage rocking chair in need of reupholstering. The seat needs to be reupholstered anyway, but the back is so pretty. I love the carved designs on this. And next to it are a pair of chairs that look like they're the same age. The caning seems to be in really nice condition, and that's what you always want to see unless you happen to know how to recane chairs. That's a skill I don't have. These are nice bar stools. And we have another pretty green chair and another plant stand. Whoever lived here was a fan of plants, I think. There's a whole box of this pretty amber colored glass. This is really lovely. I'm not looking to pick up such a big box of items right now, but it's nice to see it. And there's some smalls here in these other boxes, like this pretty little bird piece. That could be nice as a sun catcher. And this chicken is kind of cute. We have this interesting little doll. Not sure what the origin is of this, but it's cute. And over here we have a nice melamine tray. These always come in handy for so many things. I don't think I love the image on this. Not quite my style, so I'm gonna leave it here. And I'm gonna keep on looking through all the bits of glassware. We have a stack of artwork. This is pretty. This looks hand embroidered, and so does this one. Oh, I like these a lot. The back is rough, but that's okay. And then this one is really nice. I like this a lot. And there's a good one underneath it. So I think these are all good potential pickups depending on price. Well, my luck continues because I'm continuing to find some great vintage wall art. These colors are so nice for the fall. Just gonna kind of go through them quickly. This one is maybe my favorite. I really like this picture of the girl, but the frame is so dated and so is the plaque. I'm not sure about this one. Vintage is good, but we don't want to look just flat out dated. I like the frame on this one, and I like the frame on this one. This image is very, very faded. The print has had a lot of sun over the years, but of course the frame could be repurposed. And this one has some buckling, so I definitely want to be very discerning. Nice bin full of copper molds. Let's see what's on these shelves. Lots of little bits and pieces. Some faux flowers. Oh my goodness, this cat is awfully cute. I like that it's 3D. And now I'm going to check out some Halloween things. There's quite a few of them down here. None of them are quite the sort of thing that draws me in. I love to find vintage Halloween when it has that really old-fashioned kind of look, that old vintagey look. This is a cute little painted shovel.
Good, nice to see you.
Okay, we're making our way in the house now. I was told there wasn't a lot in the house, but it's definitely worth looking. This is clearly the kitchen with the little eat-in area. Little metal box. I imagine this house is going to sell pretty quickly. It's a nice size for someone. Nothing too interesting here on the counter. Little brush of some kind. And this fly swatter is funny. It's from Torrington Savings Bank. I wonder if that's still open. Eric has a weird vintage collection of old fly swatters from a variety of businesses that have since closed. He keeps them in the barn. And now we're gonna move into the dining room. Oh, I see some more little vintage prints in frames. This is really cute, and I like them both. So definite possibilities. And here's a general look at the room. These are beautiful glass pieces, $50 for the collection. You know, $50 for all is not a bad price. I'm gonna leave them here for somebody else, but they're very tempting. There's some little figurines on top and even the cases for sale. I like this candle sconce. I like the bird on it, but in particular. This is cute. I'm gonna ask the price on this, I think. I really like the design. And it was made in Pennsylvania, even better. And here is the living room. We have some artwork. It's looking pretty faded. And there's some little stuffed animals and other kinds of things here. I think the cow is kind of pretty with her big prairie style dress and apron. This is an interesting wall hanging. It looks like it's something for the holidays. Oh, let me flip this over. I think this is the back and not the front. That's kind of interesting. What do you think? Do you think this is for displaying Christmas cards or for something else? Let me know in the comments if you know. I'm gonna check out some additional artwork. This is a cute little print, and I like the mirror next to it. I kind of wish everything was still hanging up because I'd be so curious to see it in its original location. This is kind of cute. I'm gonna think about this wall accessory. Yeah, I like this image. So maybe. Now we're going into, I guess, what would be used as a bedroom for someone. There's lots of blankets and some clothing here. There's some sewing notions. It's a variety of things. Just want to make sure I don't overlook anything that might be interesting because you never know. Oh, I see this interesting tapestry style blanket. These can be so cute. This one seems to have a wintry theme, so it's an option. Last bedroom. Just taking another quick peek. I'm not getting into digging way into boxes of clothing, but if I see anything up towards the top that interests me, I'll certainly check it out. We've got some old handbags. Clothes in the closet. I'm thinking that Eric would probably get a kick out of this lamp because it has an eagle on it. He loves things with eagles on them. However, we have plenty of lamps, so I'm leaving it behind. There's some nice ones in this corner as well. Nice standing lamp. Iris would love to jump on that and make it crash to the ground. Here's a cute little Christmas decoration. Christmas is love, joy, peace. That's very sweet. Oh, and giving. I think I'm just about done here. I'm gonna just take a look at these little shelves with the teacups and saucers. They're so colorful and cheerful. I'm wondering who made these. This was made by H&M. And let's see, this was made by H&M. They're very pretty, but I'm gonna leave them here. All right, let's head out. Before we go, I just want to show you the neighbor's front porch because it's adorable. I love the way they've styled this. Look at the white wicker furniture. Isn't that so pretty? And all the ferns? That turned out to be such a good stop, and I wasn't expecting it because I was really late to the party and the prices were awesome. So there are a lot of estate sales and things going on today, and I'd love to go to all of them, but my back is super crabby. and I don't dare push my luck too much. I think I can do one more and then I'll call it a day. So we're gonna head over to New Britain. There's an estate sale happening there. It's not far from here. Let's check it out. The sky is starting to look a little bit menacing, don't you agree? Wonder if we're gonna get some thunderstorms. They might help with the humidity. I've just arrived at the New Britain sale and I'm having trouble sharing footage, so I think I'm gonna have to put my camera away, but I'll tell you what I find later on. Well, I couldn't show you too much in that house because the owners were around and it would have been, I think, rude to film. They were so nice. And it was part of an estate that's getting settled and they were working really hard to rehome all of the things. There are a pair of cats that the daughter of the woman who passed is taking with her. And we were talking about how she's gonna acclimate the cats with the dogs. They were just lovely. So it just goes to show, sometimes it's not about the stuff, sometimes it's about the people and the experience. And for that reason, I'm gonna grade that estate sale an A+. I did find something though. I found this Capodimonte plant urn with the cool handles. There's so much going on here. It reminds me very much of a Capodimonte plate I sold a few months ago that had just a really similar look. The same kind of like cherubs and figures and colors. So for $3, I was all about it. It's time to head home. I had a pretty successful day. I can't wait to show you my haul. Eric and I just made a new friend. Look at this face. Someone actually just came by the house to pick up some things they purchased from me on eBay, and they brought this handsome guy, and we are in love with him. In fact, I keep threatening to steal him away. Look at this cuteness. His name is Ben. He is so friendly. We were told that he's sometimes shy around men, but I think he's already a really big fan of Eric. He has good taste. Wow. Well, this guy reminds me so much of my corgi, Barkley. Barkley was a lot bigger than this little one, but the same markings, the same body shape. It's just so much fun to get to pet somebody's dog and hang out and just enjoy him. Licorice is not going to like it when we smell like a different dog. I'm so excited to show you my finds from the estate sale and tag sale that I just showed you. I found some interesting vintage things, a little bit different, but different can be really good. And I think to get into it, I'm gonna start with what caught my eye first and maybe what I'm most excited about, and that is a whole pile of vintage art. So we'll start with this. So these are meant to look like paintings, but they're really like prints on board. And this was a kind of wall art style I used to see a lot in my own childhood in the 70s. And it's come back a fair little bit recently. What some people do is they put some kind of decoupage like covering over this to make it look more like a real painting. If you're interested in that, you can watch Sherry from Canterbury Cottage. She does that a fair little bit and gets some really good results. I don't pretend to be as artistic or creative as she is, so I'm not gonna try it, but it is an interesting strategy to use if you're looking to make this kind of thing look a little bit higher end and more painting-like. Similarly, I got this little scene. These are great for the fall. I think they have some great fall colors, but they're also interesting kind of vintagey scenes that would look pretty all year round. Here's another interesting one. I love a good still life with fruit, and I think these cherries in a basket are beautiful. I like the pewter, is it a coffee pot? Looks like a pewter something in the background. It just has a really nice look, and this is a great size, so it will fit into a lot of spaces. And then I found last one that sort of has that, actually no, that's not true. Here's another one that has that board effect. this piece is really funny because I had a print of this. It was like on a little postcard, and it used to hang up on my wall in college. So this is really fun. I forget who did this, but yeah, it's a really great little still life scene. I think these two prints look really pretty together. And I put them with this little fall placemat and a faux pumpkin. But I think the colors are so perfect for fall. This print looks really pretty with brass. I think pewter would be nice as well because there's a pewter piece in the print. And I think it also looks nice with the brown and white plate. But I think it could also look good if it were stacked on books. Again, just sort of taking some of the elements from the artwork and mimicking them in real life. I think that could be a good effect. Goodness knows I have a lot of antique books around. Here's my last little vignette to show you. I know I have a little pewter porringer, or is it porringer? I forget. That would look so nice here, but it's packed away in the attic and it would take me a long time to find it. So bear in mind that a nice pewter piece would really pick up the picture in the background. But I think this looks nice just the way it is as well. Last little prints on board set are these two. I love how tiny they are. So this one shows like a railroad scene, which is so cute. And then this one has like sort of a horse and a boat and a little house or hut. Really cute. These would look so pretty together. I'm gonna sell them separately on my eBay store, but they would make a nice grouping. All of these were grouped together in the same house. I thought this was really pretty. This is like some kind of canvas. And it says the Fox Inn. Again, great autumnal colors, right? I like the frame on this as well. It has a pretty look. I like the open window. So I grabbed that. And very similarly, and this is so perfect for Thanksgiving. Pull this over and show you. We have this great old-fashioned hearth scene. This looks like something out of a William Nutting photograph, except this again is canvas. This woman has a definite pilgrim look to her, in my opinion. But I think this is just so lovely and would look beautiful, I think, on somebody's wall. I really like the way these two little prints look together. They are such a nice small size. They just add a little bit of interest to a space. I think these canvas pictures look really pretty together. They pull for similar colors, even though the tone of the frames are a little bit different. I put the little fall placemat here underneath just to kind of finish off the look. I think they're really sweet. I found two really pretty embroidered pieces that look lovely together. And here they are. Again, nice and small. You could pop them in anywhere. You could put them on a wall or on shelves. And they have such a pretty handmade look. The backs are nothing special, so I think this was a do-it-yourself kind of framing job, but I think it really works. I like the gazebo particularly. Would love to put a gazebo like this in between this house and the greenhouse on the property where there used to be a library. We would have to get permission from the Historical Society to do that, and I don't know if we'll ultimately go to the trouble, but it's a dream. I can have a dream, right? These are stacked up on top of each other because I didn't want to put another hole in the wall, another nail hole, but this is how I would have them if I were keeping them here. I think they look really sweet as a set. They have such like a charming kind of cottagey look, I think. I was checking out this sweet little birdhouse, and the man who was running the sale said, "Oh, just make me an offer." So I did, and he took it. So this is a little Ray Dunn birdhouse that you could certainly hang outside if you wanted to, but this could also look just pretty as part of a home decor piece that you put somewhere on your mantelpiece or on a bookshelf. Thought it was really cute. I like how it has just the plain colors, so it just kind of go anywhere. I think this little birdhouse is so cute, but this little hanging string or whatever is not. So cut that off, and I'm gonna put something that I think will be a little bit prettier. Much better. I just put this little birdhouse here in the bookshelf just to show you how very sweet and versatile it is. You don't have to use it like a birdhouse. It would also look really pretty hanging from a hook somewhere. I don't have a hook, so I just have it here on my bookshelves. And I think it looks very sweet. But opposite of plain colors, I found this really pretty wall sconce for a candle. I thought this was so pretty with the fruit patterns. Again, such a great fall look. I love the bird on this. This was made in York, Pennsylvania. It has its original little tag on it there. And I thought it was just really, really pretty. I'm kind of regretting putting this candle sconce on my wall because the colors are really good. And now I kind of want to keep it. This is the danger of staging pieces from my hauls. I get way too attached, but it does look nice here. What do you think? I don't think I've ever picked up a scarf before for a purchase and to put on my eBay store, but I thought this one was so lovely. So let me show you this. It was, I believe, made in Berlin. I have it upside down. How do I best show this to you? I think it goes this way. So it says made in Berlin. It's lovely. I don't know if this is like an art museum or an opera house or something, but I thought it was so lovely. It's got these great vibrant red colors. And it says Berliner Mauer. I don't know if that's how you say it, 1989. And it has such a nice, expensive, silky feel. I thought it would be fun to give it a try in my eBay store, so I picked it up. And in a completely different kind of vibe, I picked up, here it is, this really pretty tapestry style blanket. This is so nice for the winter season. It's got Santa and his reindeer flying through the sky. I'm gonna lay this out so you can get a better look at it. I just laid out this tapestry blanket across the sofa in my library so you could get a better look at it. I think this shows you all the details. I like these little mittens on the border, and you can see it's fringed. We've got lots of really interesting details happening. So I think this is a great piece for winter and especially around the holidays. I really liked this runner with sunflowers. Isn't that so pretty? Again, another piece that is just perfect for the fall. It's just got this sort of red backing, but I loved this field of sunflowers. I used to have a job in a school district in North Branford, Connecticut. And there were a lot of nice things about working in North Branford. It's such a sweet town. But one of my favorite things was in the fall, I would drive by this ginormous field full of sunflowers. It was like something out of a movie. People used to actually pull their cars over and take like selfies and stuff in this field because it was just so unexpected and so beautiful. So when I saw this, it reminded me of that part of North Brantford. I wonder if that sunflower field is still there. I hope so, because it was always just a treat to see it. I wanted to show you how pretty the table runner looks. It's so cheerful, perfect for the fall. I love the sunflowers. It's got great colors. And to just create a little vignette, I put a little candle with a pumpkin bread scent on an old Edgar Allan Poe book. And I filled this bowl, which you'll see in another video, with some fruit. And I'm kind of cracking up, to tell you the truth, because I could never leave any of this here for even half a second. Obviously, I never leave candles unattended because of the cats, and I certainly wouldn't leave a candle unattended on top of a flammable book. There they are, just in case you're wondering who I'm talking about. It's Conehead and her crazy orange brother. They're nuts. She's gonna jump into that box in a second. I can't compete with this. The other thing is, I couldn't even leave this bowl of fruit here. She's not bleeding because she did this. She's bleeding because she just scratched off her scab again. Oh, help me. Save me from these cats. She's nuts. Okay, well, that was the commotion in the background. Andy's trying to figure out how he can get in the box because this house is crazy. So what I was trying to say to you was that I couldn't even leave fruit in a bowl on the counter. It would have little kitty nibbles in every single piece of fruit. So none of this is staying. This is fully staged. But I think it gives you a sense. There he is. Oh, help me. Yeah, it's crazy here. We'll see what he does while I say what I meant to say. Oh, maybe he's gonna give up. Which is, I just put this all together to show you how pretty the runner looks. And now that I have, I'm gonna put it all away before the house is set on fire and we have fruit rolling around the floor. She's trying to get out. A better cat mama would help her out instead of laughing. You want to get out, baby girl? Let's see what we can do here. See if we can gently tip you. We tip you out. She weighs 10,000 pounds, by the way. Here you go. Here you go. Go play with your brother. Go ahead, go break my house. Here they go. They are nuts. I found a set of 4 placemats that are so perfect for the fall. Oh my gosh, could this be any more fall? The little harvest baskets full of produce and the corn. Oh my gosh, I love these. And I thought it was perfect that there were 4 of them. So I snapped them up, and then I found a set of 6 of these pretty placemats with the fall leaves on them. There's another kind of tapestry pattern, so I thought that was a really fun pickup as well. It's funny how this tag sale just sort of hit me right at the right time of year, because we're all getting ready to decorate for fall, and I found lots of things that will be perfect for that effort. This is such a sweet little collar. It looks like it was handmade, and these are incredibly in style right now. So they've come back in. I should probably even keep this one for that reason. I would need to fuss with it a little more to get it right, but this gives you the general idea. Isn't that so cute? I like that it's such a nice neutral color, because you could wear this over a coat or a sweater or just a long sleeve t-shirt. Gives you a little extra something. And again, really funny because this came as part of an estate, so this is an older piece, a vintage piece, but very much in style in 2025. The last thing I picked up from the estate sale was this pretty mirror. And I liked how long and skinny it was because that means you can pop it into lots of places if you have a gallery wall, or if you have just a little bit of wall poking out that needs something extra. Mirrors are such a great way to bounce light and to bring in a little bit of brightness in a darker spot and to give a sense of depth in a room that is maybe on the smaller side. I love mirrors. I have a ridiculous amount of mirrors, and I think they are fabulous accessories in anybody's home. Here's the mirror that I picked up at the estate sale. You can see it's just a narrow, kind of a skinny guy, just letting off a little strip of light, but it's very effective. It looks nice here next to my sideboard, actually. I mean, my china cabinet, my corner cabinet. I can talk. It's really pretty. It looks nice here. You could also hang it horizontally if you wanted to change up the look. So a nice versatile piece, I think. Then, of course, as you saw from the footage, after that estate sale, I went to a tag sale and didn't buy a lot, although I had a fabulous time. But I already showed you this little Capodimonte urn that I have since washed, and it is gleaming. I think it's such a pretty little piece. So this will be available on my eBay store. Look at these dahlias. Can you believe how amazing they look? They're such nice big blooms. These might be some of my very favorite flowers. They are really lovely. But that's not why we're here. We're gonna pick a couple of these hydrangea blossoms because I want to try something with them. And I have my trusty shears. I've got the pretty Capodimonte urn. It's kind of dark in here. That's better. And I just picked the hydrangeas as I showed you. So let's see how they look in this urn. I think this urn looks so pretty with the hydrangeas in it. And if I were to leave it like this, of course, they would dry and really retain a lot of their color. And I think the color is so pretty. And I especially like how the pink in some of the blooms is mirroring the pink in the dress and some of the accents. I think it really makes for a nice effect. And I like how it looks here in my demi-lune table. So I would say this is a success. What do you think? Eric and I are headed out to Stu Leonard's in Newington because we are on the hunt for some fall decor for outside. Specifically, I want to pick up some mums and some pumpkins and I don't know, anything else that really catches my eye so we can decorate the area by the kitchen door. We're clearly in the right place. Apparently, Stu Leonard's has a little haunted area, a spooktacular walkthrough. I don't think I'm up for that today, but it looks awfully cute. Let's check out this bin full of goodness. We have all kinds of interesting things happening here. I'm gonna have to really behave myself. I wanna buy absolutely every single thing I see. I'm determined to keep it on the simple side because our house is about to get painted and it's about to be a real mess. So just a few things today. Our cart is already looking pretty full. I think these red mums will look nice against the yellow paint of our house. Eric's a fan, I think. And we've already got a few good-sized pumpkins. I used to love to decorate my old house with this kind of thing because it was a covered porch so the hay would stay dry and the corn could wrap around some columns in front and it had such a great harvesty look. But we're not going to do that with the house we have now. We don't have great spaces for those kinds of things. So I'm just gonna keep looking for good contenders for now. I always like this dried corn. I might pick up some of that. And there's so many good things. Well, we finished shopping. Eric is loading up the truck. I think we did pretty well. And I think we're going to have a lot of fun when we get home putting all of these great fall things where we want them. Not 100% sure on placement. We also got some extra soil in case we need to do some planting. So I think we covered our bases. Before we head home, I thought I better get a new doormat because mine is so shot. So we're here at Target and there are some adorable Halloween themed doormats and I just had to show them to you because they are so perfect for October. Look at the ones on this side. They're so cute. Trick or treat. And the cat is so cute. And these ghosts are adorable. And then we've got some classic pumpkins. I'm being boring and I'm buying this one because I don't really want a mat that I'm only going to use for about a month. It will annoy me to have to buy another one after that, but I'd buy this one if that had been my plan. Of course, we had to stop at Starbucks on the way home. And in keeping with the theme of the day, we decided to get pumpkin lattes. I think that's perfect. They're giving us fall vibes so we can start our decorating. So here are the vintage urns as they stand now. And these flowers are really pretty, so we're not going to throw them away. We're just going to move them. And I'll show you how the front door is looking now. Pretty sparse, nothing special. And of course, this window is going to get repainted very soon. So I think the first thing I'm going to do is change up the mat. I'm not going to miss this one. It has definitely seen better days. And here's the new one. Isn't it amazing what a difference such a small change can make? That's so much better, and I think it looks nice with the colors of the house. It was $30, which wasn't cheap, but it feels very heavy and substantial, so I'm hoping it has a nice long life. You can see that some of our standing planters have flowers that have dried up. It's been such a dry summer. So I'm going to take these out so we can switch out the nicer ones from the urns. Notice the ladders and all of the other things that will tell you that Eric has been busy painting. But yeah, let's get to this. It's good we bought the soil because we do need some extras so we can plant the mums in these urns. Eric is hard at work getting started. I think they're going to look really nice. They're a little small for now, but of course they'll grow. We just have to water them. And here is my doorway look. So I think this looks great. Little bit of fall. I would do more if Eric wasn't going to paint this space within the next few days. He's going to have to move all this stuff and I don't want to drive him crazy. But I think it looks really pretty for now. I only put the dried corn on the door for now. This, I think, will probably get moldy if I leave it out here, so I'm going to bring it inside. I just wanted to see how it looked with the pumpkins and the mums and the new doormat. I really like the overall look. It's simple but effective. And here are the planters with the mums. And I think they look really nice. They're going to need a few days to get a little bigger and bushier. And we have to make sure we're really good about watering them because it can get really hot and dry over here. And they won't be in Eric's way as he starts to paint this side of the house. So these will stay pretty much put until we get a frost. I like it. Now I'm inside and I'm looking at my fireplace mantle, which is fine. I just used some faux pumpkins and things that I happen to have around. But now I'm going to replace some of these with real items to see how I like it. Well, I think this is better, except the size is funny with the fake little pumpkins. So I'm gonna eventually change these out with real ones once I buy some more, and then I think the look will be just right. I've been receiving a lot of comments from viewers asking how the pets are taking my going back to work, how they're feeling about being left home alone so much more than they used to be. And I'll tell you, at first they didn't seem to mind. They mostly sleep during the day anyway. And of course, they have each other for company, which is always a good thing. But I'm finding as time goes on, they're a little bit more attentive when I first get home. So I thought I would show you what that looks like. In this clip, I've been home about 15 minutes. I put on a sweatshirt because it's cold in this house, and I thought I'd come up to the study to do some editing. And Miss Iris was having none of it. She wants her cuddle time. So I took her cone off so she could feel a little bit of freedom and do some proper grooming like she is right now. She is loving this time. You can see her face is looking better. And she's getting all the love she needs and wants after a long day. 2 seconds later, and we've got another cat on my lap. Indy jumped up at the minute Iris left, so my lap has not gotten cold yet, that's for sure. Again, I think they just want their attention and time. These are very social little cats, as most cats are that I've known. Indy really likes it when I rub his head very hard when I pet him. If you don't do that, he pushes his head into your hand to make you do that. So I don't want you to think I'm being unnecessarily rough with him. You can see how happy he is that Mama's home. His next move will be to run downstairs and hang out with Eric in the basement. He likes to cover all of his bases. You can't blame a guy. And of course, here is Licorice. Now, when I first get home, she does not run down the stairs because she's so hard of hearing. She has no idea I've arrived. So instead, I come upstairs to change my clothes. I find her on the bed, and then she jumps down, she does her happy dance, and greets me with lots of enthusiasm and love. And she needs her time too. I miss these guys at least as much as they miss me. So that's what I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed my pretty good sized thrifted haul. I love that I found some unique things, some things I don't usually pick up, some great fall pieces. I hope you are enjoying this wonderful fall weather we've been having. It's getting gradually a little darker. It's gonna get a little bit colder, but I think I'm ready for it. How about you? I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit like. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Have a fabulous day, and I hope to see you next time. Bye for now.